Right, let us get going. This is the dollar index. So we've got Fed minutes on Wednesday. We've got US inflation Thursday, retail sales Friday, but more importantly, we've got the US earnings season on Friday, kicking off on Friday. Wells Fargo, JP Morgan and the like are reporting on Friday. So the reason why I've started with this dollar index is because I think if this dollar index is going to keep pushing up here, then that spells weakness in the markets and possible breaking of these support levels. So if we start closing above this 11,400, then I think we can push and make new highs. If for any reason we reject this and we cannot break above that 400 mark, then that could give a reprieve for the markets. Volatility index is high, and if this fear indicator breaks that high, that is also an indication that markets could sink lower. Let's look at the US is off today. It's Columbus Day, but let's have a look. Even though the US is off, the futures market is open and dropping. So if we boomerang back to this support and hold, then we could push up. But in the meantime, this daily, this pushing into 30,400 has been sold into. On the back of the decent job numbers on Friday. So good news was bad news last week. And going across, and keep this nice and short tonight. FTSE has held up just. But any push into that trend line resistance of 7,000 could see this sink lower. At the moment, this FTSE has been very resilient. So these March lows have not been breached so far. However, we close under 68.80, and then this is coming lower. We're under all the averages. I have to say that the highs are still worth selling at this stage, unless we close above 7,100, just short the highs. Good way to hedge. And but at the moment, this is indicating markets are lower. Let's look at gold. So gold is sitting on last year's lows. This 1667 is last year's lows. Great week again. Great start to the week. We got into Wednesday and then just rolled over. So if we start closing on the 1667, this is lower. I think it's a good bullish move. So however, if we hold this, I think there's plenty of scope for higher moves. Could end up with a head and shoulder pattern, but at the moment we look as if we could dip right back into this breakup area down around here at 1640, 1650. So strong dollar could drag that down with it. Silver's the same. It's come right into the support, but jury's out. That needs to hold if we are to see high numbers. Oil was very buoyant last week. We came into this 3-touch trendline support. The pullbacks were really shallow. In fact, we've got a gap down here, and it was left open all last week. So if we break these highs, we look as if we can see 95 and maybe 100. If we start closing under here, then we are lower. Last time we had a good push, I pushed into resistance area and then rolled over. So yeah, I'm waiting to see how we handle this 90, 92 area on the oil. Let's look at the pound. So we've had a bounce, but it's just got sold into resistance, and we're just selling still. So it looks as if we are winding back into this area here. Bank of England have been talking about increasing level of bond buying, of easing at the moment, because the current 65 billion they announced is only due to take us into in fact, I might even finish this week, I'm not sure. It was only a very short-term measure initially. Right, let's get going on stocks. Going to keep this really nice and short today. I'm going to look at banks first. Lloyd's. So we had all this selling. We peeled back into resistance and dropped off. So it just shows you how fragile these markets are. This is a decent level of support down here, but we're coming down on volume. So at the moment, I have to say, it looks as if we can close under here. If we do turn around and get some volume back up, then this is a potential goer. But when last time we did this, we went on a decent run in July. So can we repeat that over here? Well, yeah, we could, but we're going to need these volumes to turn around. Because the buyers don't appear to be stepping in at the moment. Right, let's look at Barclays. So we're right back to this key level of support, and the buy volume has dried up. Legal and General, trying AJ Bell. AJ Bell's been on a decent run, so that's come up from 250 to 3. Wow, that's been on a really good run. So if we peel back to 250, 280 on that one, that looks viable. And Prudential is also in a very, very interesting area. Given the volume, I think if we can close above this 935, I think that is higher. You have to go, okay. Yeah, I'm recording. So let's move on. IT, let's look at this one. This is really flat at the moment. Bytes Technology. If we hold this level here, and subsequently, so that level there is the £4 mark. If we hold that £4 mark and start closing above 425, this could go back to 5+. Volumes were good on that push into 450. The volumes were good. They are not good right now. So be careful. What else have I got for you? IQE, you hadn't looked at this one for a while. That's picking up on volume. Looks as if it may go and find 45 again. If it can close above 45, that could really get going. But that was a high over there. So if we can close above this resistance, pick up through here, then jury's out. Right, into talk about energy. Tallow. Jury's out. That's fallen back into support. Volume last week was good. So they all appear to be waiting for the Fed minutes. GKP oil. That's a good chart. If you see £2, 2.15, that I would suggest you might want to buy that to see if that can get back to £3. Still on squeeze. So BP, let's have a look at BP. Holding up the highs very well. This is a energy service company, FLR. This is broken out. it's gapped up. It's only moved back to 27 is a buy. Very handsome volume down there. So that is a lovely one in the US FLR. Let's look at Petrofact. At the lows, looking okay, not looking great, and the volume alone is not great. Let's look at retailers because they've been so badly hit. Let's look at Boo. Yuck. Hold treading water at best. Chewy. Right down there at support, could break support. Shoe zone. I'm short this, and it's getting some lower closes here. If you want to short this, then try and get 170, 180, but stop above those highs. I think it can do it. I don't think that chart's going to hold up, but you never know. Royal Mail Group, let's have a look at them. So, wow, they're a bit of a darling of the markets, really. They've gone from 540 all the way down to 180. Wow, hardly surprising given the strikes. That's Royal Mail. Tesco. Tesco's had a good move today. EasyJet, flicking around. Some volume in that one. I don't like it. I'm not trading these, but keep an eye on them. Right, last but not least, let's just look at some of these commodity-related stocks because we've got TPI cap. It's gone right to 205, now pulling back. There is a possibility that could go and see 170. Man Group. See, that was as high as 270. It's pulled back to 225. I think if that can dip back into that support, I'd be a buyer of that. Right, so that's it. So overall, be careful. Really busy week. Got a lot of data to get out of the way. US earnings season around the corner. Dollar strength showing through. Metals suffering. Stocks suffering at the moment. So be careful. Because if these markets break the support, they are going to come down much further. All right, any questions, email me for the website, tradetheeasyway.com. Otherwise, look out for updates. Thanks, bye.